I am more than halfway done with Stephen King's Fairy Tale, and this book has exceeded my expectations. For those who don't know, I did talk about this in another video before starting this. I did pick up this book in 2022 when it first came out. I got it from the library, and I decided, to read it. And I got up to halfway where they introduced Hannah, the giant lady monster, and after that, I kind of just stopped reading it and I returned it back to the library. I don't know why, I just couldn't get into it at that time. And this year, I decided to pick up the book again because the story does interest me somewhat. And I'm like, you know what, let me give this another shot, let me give this another chance, let me see how this story goes. And I'm so glad I did because so far, this book has been like an emotional storytelling, like an emotional way of this human and this dog and their bond. And I love the pacing in the book. I love the little build-ups towards each relationships that Stephen King shows in the book, because the first like 100, almost like 200 pages, I would say, or like 130 to 200 pages, is like the relationship between Charlie, who's the main character, and this old man named Mr. Bowditch. And I don't want to spoil too much of this book, and I'm gonna try to avoid spoilers as much as I could because I do want people to give this book a try. Obviously, I'm not done with it fully, and my mind just might change on it, like it has with other Stephen King's books, because his endings to me are a hit or miss. And I hope this book's ending is a hit. And I'll do like a full spoiler review once I'm actually fully done with this book. But there are a couple of things I want to say, but I just don't know how to say it without spoiling it. So I'm gonna try to avoid spoilers. But yeah, this book, the first couple like 130 to 200 pages is like this build up. It shows this bond between Charlie and Mr. Bowditch, and I actually liked the pacing of it because it didn't feel too long. Like it felt just right when it came to the pacing of that, and especially the bond with Charlie and Radar, the dog. I love it. I love the fact that like the main character cares so much about this dog, right? He is doing everything he can. He's risking his life and his sanity to cure this dog's sickness, and it just tugs at my heartstrings. And I feel like this is just my opinion. I feel like that if someone has a pet, I have a cat. If someone has a pet, they will feel more emotionally attached to this story compared to as someone who doesn't. But that's just what I'm thinking. I think anybody could get attached to this story, but I'm just thinking of it from my perspective. And wow, like once I got up to like the the land, the other, as Charlie calls it, it was just so interesting to me to see all these different characters. The way Stephen King writes these characters, it really truly does feel like a fairy tale, but a dark one. One of my favorite characters that I really enjoyed seeing like the chapter of was when they introduced Falada and Leia. So Falada is this Leia is this girl that she can't speak. She doesn't have a mouth. She speaks through a horse. Okay, so the horse is talking. I just found that really cool, really funny, and really interesting because it is something straight out of a fairy tale. And yeah, for anyone who does like to read like a fantasy or post-apocalyptic story, this is your book right here. This is fantasy, fairy tale, post-apocalyptic, like all into one. And this story will get you emotionally attached to this main character and the dog and everything he's doing to save this dog, everything that he's going through. And there were a lot of parts in this book that I really enjoyed. I wouldn't say a lot of memorable quotes. There was one specific quote that I really enjoyed, and it was what Mr. Bowdish said to Charlie. He said, "A brave man helps, but a coward gives presents." And you see what he means as you go through this story. You see how that plays out, why he says that. And another part that I really enjoyed in this book was the introduction of Hannah and the story, the flashback of uh, the royal family and how they escaped and how Hannah was going on like this crazy killing spree. Really fun to read, really cool. It was a quick story, very brief. A lot of very interesting characters in this book, and But yeah, I also want to talk about how, like, halfway through this book, when I got up to that plot twist, I don't want to say it, I don't want to spoil it. I don't know how to say it, but I got up to. I considered it a plot twist because I really wasn't expecting it to happen. But all I'll say is that I think it came as a shock to me because it was the first time that Charlie and Radar got separated. And that hit me hard. Like, holy crap, what's gonna happen now? So that's where I'm up to right now, where they got separated. I'm not gonna say any more on that because I'm just gonna go into full spoilers if I do. And yeah, I think this book so far has been really good. And I really, really hope the ending is what I'm hoping the ending will be, or somewhat close to it somehow. Because a couple of Stephen King's books that I've read, I it's like that ending just gets me so mad, you know. And right now, currently, as I'm going through this book, I am putting this up there with some of my favorite Stephen King novels, like 11/22/63, It, and Eye of the Dragon. This is up there right now, and I hope it doesn't go down. I hope my opinion on this doesn't go down because I think this book has a really, really great storytelling, and I think the ending will shape the foundation of the entire story. And if the ending is bad, it'll just make me feel really annoyed that, in my opinion, Stephen King has messed up another great ending to a book. But that's just my opinion on it. When I first picked up this book in 2022, I read a lot of reviews. Usually I don't do that. I don't ever read reviews on books. Even if I do, I'll still read the book. For me, no matter how good the reviews are or how bad the reviews are, I'll still read the book myself and form my own opinion on it. But yeah, I just wanted to say, like, when I first picked up this book, the reviews for this were crazy. Everybody was talking about it. Everybody was reviewing like 5 stars, 5 stars. So yeah, if this book ends the way I'm hoping it does, I this will be a 5 star in my book. In my book list, whatever you want to call it. But it'll be a 5 star for me. But yeah, I just wanted to give a quick update real quick. More than halfway done. I'm almost finished. I could literally finish this by tomorrow or Saturday. 200 pages I can read in a day, but I'm just taking my time now, you know, reading at my own pace right now. And yeah, I think this book has a really good story to tell. And again, like, if anyone is interested in a fairy tale, fantasy, post-apocalyptic setting, this is the book for you. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this real quick. Thank you guys for watching the video. I will make another video once I'm done with this book. And I actually had a couple theories for this book, and I'm thinking if I should make a video or not, since I'm down to my last like 200 pages. And I don't know if I should or not because my ideas are so far-fetched right now, but I don't know, it doesn't hurt to make a video on the theories, right? But yeah, have a great day, guys, and I will see you guys on the next video.